Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Pagey, here once again with another video for you guys. And in this video, we're going to be going through some Easter eggs that were in the Fantastic Four movie, which I saw yesterday. So as with my review, which I did yesterday as well, we'll leave that annotated in one of the corners if you want to go check that out. But there will be spoilers in this video. Not as many as in previous Easter egg videos I've done, but there will be some spoilers that I just have to mention because really to explain them. If you do go on to enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, leave any comments on Easter eggs that I might have missed, or any that you saw that I saw as well and that you thought were pretty cool. This movie wasn't that great, so having a cool Easter egg can sort of bring the movie up a bit. And if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe. So let's get straight into it. So the first Easter egg that I saw, or I knew straight away when I was like, what the hell, was actually in that classroom where Reed Richards is like a kid. The teacher actually makes a reference to his flying car that he was building when he's talking about his teleporter. Now obviously this flying car reference is actually to go back to the comics when one of the gadgets that the Fantastic Four actually had was a flying car. Now this flying car obviously wouldn't work in any modern day movie just because it's a bit campy, it's a bit corny I guess you could say, so I guess it's good they left out this movie because they probably would have made the movie even worse, but it is a nice little homage, a nice little flashback to the comics there with the flying car. The next one we have is actually that Mole Man, who was a villain in the Fantastic Four universe, is in this movie, but with a different last name. His first name is still Harvey, and he's actually the doctor that is killed by Doom. You remember, it's like the really slow death, like his head gets all red, it looks like he's just going to shrivel, but then just explodes. That's Mole Man, and from what everyone was believing, he was actually being set up to be in the sequel of the Fantastic Four, but they've just killed him off, so he's obviously can't be in a sequel if this movie even gets a sequel. So I don't know why they did that. Maybe they knew this movie is unbelievably shit, we're not getting a sequel, so we just killed this dude off. The next Easter egg we have is actually Latveria, which is actually name dropped a few times. Now Latveria is actually the home of Doctor Doom, and he actually becomes sort of a political, or not political leader, but just like a leader there. But the actual Latveria actually doesn't appear in the film, unfortunately, and they could have actually taken that step and made Latveria a bit more prominent, because this movie only went for 90 minutes. Really, if they just added an extra half an hour, they could have introduced Latveria and other things in this movie, so I don't know why they didn't do that. Up next is the possibility of the negative zone. Now, obviously, they go to this Zero planet, which is obviously where they teleport to, where they get their powers, but this was also set up. If this crossed over into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this could be set up as the negative zone, where they could set up this base, or this big establishment where basically prisoners would be put, super powered prisoners, so they cannot escape, and they're stuck on this planet. Really, the only way they can get back and forth is through the teleporter that Reed Richards has built. So this is this is probably one of the coolest things that could possibly happen, but yeah, unfortunately Fox owns the Fantastic Four, so I guess we're going to be dreaming for a while. The next one we have is this was actually in one of the trailers, and this is actually a Johnny Storm reference, and it's actually, when he's driving that car, you can actually see a fire flower from Super Mario Bros. On these reverse mirror. And I've got the word completely wrong, I'm just brain farting at the moment, but yeah, on his mirror. So that's a pretty nice thing. Obviously, fire flower, he flames on his Human Torch, obvious Easter egg right there. The next one we have is towards the end of the movie, and it was such a, I don't know, they shouldn't have done it in the movie, but they do. It's clobbering time, which is obviously the thing, the line that the Thing says, and obviously he punches Doctor Doom. It's clobbering time. Oh, I don't know, but it was obviously an Easter egg, or a nice little reference to the comic books. I'm pretty sure that the Thing said that in the other Fantastic Four movies as well, but anyway, obviously I was waiting for it as well. I was like, what? He hasn't said it's clobbering time, maybe because this movie's trying way too hard to be serious that he's not going to say it, but then right at the end of the movie he actually does say it. One reference that I've seen a lot of people haven't even noticed, which I thought was a pretty cool reference, was when Dr. Storm actually goes to visit Victor Von Doom in his apartment or shed, I don't know what the hell that was. Victor Von Doom is actually playing Watch Dogs from what I could see, and this is a nice little reference to the fact that everyone thought he was going to be a hacker, and a hacker on the internet, and obviously Watch Dogs is all about hacking phones, hacking different software and stuff like that. So I thought there was a nice little reference there to all the rumors going around that he'd actually be a hacker. The last real one that we have here is actually the base at the end of the movie, which people are saying is a bit of a copy of like the Age of Ultron ending, which I sort of agree with, but at the same time I don't, because it's sort of that Fantastic Four sort of need to have this sort of base thing. But the base is actually called Central City, and this is not a reference to the Flash. This is actually a reference to Reed Richards, where this is actually the town that he grew up in the books, and I think it's, from my memory, it's actually where the original experiment took place in the comic book. So I don't know, yeah, nice little reference there, but a really weird way to take it, like calling the actual base Central City, a bit strange. And there's a couple of things I want to mention here. There actually was no Stanley cameo, but Stanley was an executive producer, so I don't know if he was sick or something. He just didn't, no, I can't be bothered being on film today, I look horrible. Stan, mate, you're like 90 something years old, like, live it up. But there was also no reference to the X-Men or Deadpool, which I wasn't really expecting Deadpool, but I was sort of maybe expecting some X-Men references, like mutants and stuff like that, because apparently they become mutated, so wouldn't they be compared to the X-Men? I thought there might be some references there, seeing that they're in the same universe. And there was also no mid or end credit scene, so no post-credit scene at all in general, which I thought was unbelievably disappointing, and just basically shows that I don't think Fox even thought they were going to get a sequel, so it makes sense why they'd kill off Mole Man and why they would not even bother with a mid or end credit scene. Even Green Lantern had an end credit scene, so very disappointing in regards to Easter eggs. There might have been a few more, but there were a couple, I guess. Like there's some people saying that Nintendo 64 was an Easter egg, but not really, just something that a kid would do. Even though I think he's like in 2006 when he's a kid, so I don't think a kid in 2006 would have a Nintendo 64, especially his age. Would have been too old to have a Nintendo 64, so I thought that was a bit strange. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. If I did miss out on any Easter eggs, make sure to leave them in the comments. Follow me on Twitter, that link will be in the description below, and subscribe if you're new. Check out my review, it'll be in one of those corners, as I said before. And I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.